Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Charles and you are watching Charles Salbox TV. So for today, our focus is Mike Tyson's classic peekaboo style. I'm going to demonstrate a few drills to help you with the style that he adopted throughout the 80s and 90s, which were largely his dominant years. Let's get straight into it. Guys, so if you're involved or familiar with the boxing world, you should know about Mike Tyson, how dominant he was during the 90s. He was feared and revered as one of the most aggressive and tenacious heavyweights. But he wasn't the typical archetypal heavyweight. He was a very short heavyweight, and that meant that he had to adopt certain adaptations for his particular style, and that was his peekaboo style. Obviously, he was trained by Cus D'Amato, a famous trainer, very well known in the boxing community, and really made sure the training that Mike did during those years, very specific to Mike and the style that eventually would take him to become heavyweight champion. We're going to touch on some of the dynamics, the movements that were involved in that style. And the first thing that I want to specify is the nature of the boxing stance. Now, we have three particular boxing stances, two of which everyone is very familiar with. So we have southpaw and orthodox. So southpaw, you have your right foot forward, your right hand forward. Orthodox, you have your left hand forward, your left foot forward. Now, the benefit of those styles is that you have one hand that is reaching for attack and one hand for defense. Also, you've bladed your stance. You're off to the side, so you're less of a target. The advantage mobility-wise is that your movement going forwards and backwards is okay. Now, the disadvantages of that style, your mobility in the left and right directions are not as good. We do have a square stance, and that is the third stance. And you would often see Soviet boxers or early US boxers performing. Like even Joe Frazier, he had at times a square stance that he adopted. Tim Witherspoon also would sometimes adopt a square stance. When we're moving forward, we need to be able to counteract the disadvantages that we have going forwards. Because our mobility is good in the left and right direction, once we have an aggressive opponent that pushes us to the ropes, we can use this square stance to exit, okay? There's a technique and whole school of treatment that we can assign to the square stance itself. So I'm going to take you through some coordination drills and some drills specific to Mike Tyson's peekaboo style. So in the square stance, what we realize is that we have the weight distributed, first of all, on both feet evenly, okay, so there's no lead foot, and we have the heels slightly off the floor just because we place the weight on the balls of our feet. So we are balancing our weight here. The center of mass runs along this particular direction. Now, when we're in this position also, we want to lower the hips, okay, so we've got more stability, and then we bring the hands up in this kind of guarded position, elbows tucked in, and then we have, you know, the hands placed just protecting the jawline like this. When we're thinking about our mobility going forwards, we want to understand that we take small steps, okay? Even when we go fast, it is better to take small steps, okay? So here with the hands down, just showing you what types of movements that we're making. There, 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 going backwards. Obviously, with the square stance whilst moving forwards, we can also apply slips in the most safest way possible. So we've got the high guard up and we're rotating from left to right. So I'll do that going forwards and backwards. Ba, 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 ba. I'm going to also perform the same slip drill. I'm going forwards from the side. Small steps. That means I'm going faster, moving faster. Okay, so you can see the movement that I have. Now that is going to help us to attack whilst we're moving forward. If we're not attacking, then we can simply come forwards like normal, okay? But whilst attacking, what we want to do is rotate the shoulders and the hips, okay? So when we're coming forwards, when we attack, ba, okay? Again, ba, 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 ba. You can see my right hand is coordinated and synchronized to the movement of my left foot. My left hand is coordinated and synchronized to the movement of my right foot. Okay, now going backwards is opposite. So moving forwards is contralateral, moving backwards is ipsilateral. So I move my right hand forwards with the movement of my right foot. Small steps, left hand with left foot, and so on. Ba, 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 ba. And as you can see, there is no lead hand and no rear hand. Both hands are performing the same intensity of punch, okay, moving forwards and moving backwards. So from the side, ba, 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 ba. There you go. Good. Now with the uppercuts, boom, boom, boom. You can see I'm rotating my hips. So one hip is in front of the other when I'm attacking, and one hip is behind, okay, when I'm in this position. And I have some protection as well from the punch on the left side, because I tuck my chin behind this arm and then here as well, okay? So going forwards with hooks, we apply the Soviet hook. Boom, boom, ba, ba. Arms slightly bent. Now, those are basic mobility movements with the punches, okay? So when we think about the dynamic moves that Mike Tyson made within the ring, we have to understand how we throw punches initially from the square stance, so then that we can bring in an understanding of the movements that are more dynamic to shift us to other positions without taking steps, okay? Because it's going to require a lot of torque to rotate us, okay? So the first drill that we do from the square stance, we throw a right hand, boom, and we shift over. Now you can see the position that I'm in. When I retract the right hand, naturally what it does, it wants to rotate me if I go over the point of, you know, the stance, okay? It wants to rotate me. So that is an idea that we can use. When I rotate my shoulders also, okay, I can generate some torque along the hips. Now when I rotate my hips, if I allow my feet to move under me, I can shift by 90 degrees. So applying all of those movements, ba, okay? And then I can continue with this because I'm landing in a position where I can throw the next punch. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so I can do that move with either the uppercut or the hook, okay? So bring there, retract, uppercut, retract, cross, hook, uppercut, cross, hook, uppercut, and back to here. So with these movements, I can also perform slips. So here, standing in this position, if I slip to my left by rotating the right shoulder, I can then rotate that back here, okay, again. Okay, with the left side now. And I can also incorporate some rotations whilst I'm doing that. So if I'm going along this movement, okay, so those are the rotations that I can do whilst moving around the ring. Okay, so these movements I can incorporate to perform a specific drill so that I can throw punches, whether it's uppercuts or hooks or straight punches, and then slip back and then perform the other move going to the other direction. So I'll demonstrate that now because that's a mouthful. But basically what I'm saying is that I throw straight, straight, rotate, uppercut, uppercut, hook, hook, rotate, slip, straight, straight, rotate, uppercut, uppercut, hook, hook, rotate, slip. So I'm going to provide you now with a drill that you can perform that will take you through all the movements, whether it's slipping, the mobility, moving backwards and forwards, and then also the straight punches, the uppercuts, and the hooks. So we're in the square stance, knees bent, weight on the balls of the feet, hips lowered, arms in a close guard position, and we move forwards with straight punches. Let's go. Ba, 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 small steps. Ba, 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 ba. Okay guys, and also from the side we can perform this drill. Ba, 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 ba. So these slips and more so dynamically evasive movements will enable you to slip away from punches and acquire an advantageous position to then throw your counter attacks. So demonstrating that, ba, ba, I've slipped, dynamically evasive, ba, 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 okay? Then I've thrown my counter attack. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching some of the technical breakdowns that I've provided for Mike Tyson's movements. If you feel that this video might benefit someone who's trying to maybe adopt that style in sparring and is having some difficulty, and you feel that this video might help them in some way, please share the video. If you have any comments or suggestions about other videos that you might want me to make, maybe some breakdowns, please leave them within the comment section. Also, if you've liked the video, please hit that like button, and also remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay informed of any new videos that I'm uploading to the channel. Right, until my next video, keep training, stay blessed, and make sure you know how to move like Mike. Peace.